Hi guys, we are here. This is Dezi, Beth. We've got Stacy and Judy from Fangirl Football, and we are here in Tampa, Florida for the live fantasy football event hosted by Fangirl Football. So ladies, how's everything been going?
Really great so far. We've got a draft happening right now behind us. They're halfway through. We're going to have one starting here in the afternoon, and we're going to have another one to wrap up the day. So we're just having a really great time. Everybody's, getting ready for the football season to start.
Yeah, and you got them started last night with a happy hour, right?
We did.
How
yeah.
was that?
It was a lot of fun. We had a good time, got to mingle. We went even later than we planned on.
The
Yeah.
sign of a good happy hour.
Exactly.
It goes beyond the scheduled times.
And where was the happy hour?
So that was over at Walk-Ons. We're at Midtown right now in the Aloft Hotel, and so Walk-Ons is right across the street. And we actually got a really sweet, unexpected surprise from their founder, Brandon. He called their marketing manager, Jen, and she was telling him, like what all was going on at the restaurant last night. And they covered our tab for the whole night. It was so nice, and just really unexpected and very generous of them. So huge shout out to walk-ons. Like I foresee lots of happy hours for Fangirl football happening.
Yeah.
From now on.
And yeah, I love that a company sees the potential in female-based
Yes.
appearance here in sports, right? And so the fact that they were so excited makes me excited because this is our hometown for two of us at least.
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. That's true. Oh man!
But as much as I'm down here, I feel like I'm
Oh,
half
close
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
She has a suite in my house. So, so tell me all the things that it took to get you guys here. How's been the setup? And this is the first annual, yes?
First time.
First annual. So how's it been going for that?
Yeah, we're learning a lot. Good things, bad things, I can't say they're bad. They're learning experiences. So we are definitely feeling things out and what we could do better, and trying to get everyone into the drafts and get them kicked off has kind of, been one of the primary focuses. But having a space where we can create these amazing drinks, and you can tell us all about the drinks here in a minute, has been good. And it's the room we got set up beautifully, and I'm happy with all the decorations and the things like that.
Well, you guys have done an outstanding job with paying attention to the details. I mean, the food has been great and perfect, and the decorations are fabulous. You've got these amazing bags, these giveaways for people that signed up. Tell me about these bags, because y'all, it is a whole, it's not like the cute, it's not even a plastic bag, right? It's a tote, it's a canvas tote, it's beautiful. What can one expect in it? You don't give it all away, because y'all need to come next year. Do you hear me? But like, tease us a bit with these bags.
Yeah, so like everybody is getting a really cute custom tote bag with Fangirl Football's logo. And then we are also doing t-shirts. We have got some other swag in there, some like fun pens and koozies and things like that. But then there are also some like really cute things you're going to be able to like carry around with you throughout the season. It might be a really fun tumbler in there. We've got some other little goodies too. Like I don't want to totally spoil it, but lots of Fangirl swag. We've also got the recipe card for the cocktails too, so everybody gets to go home with one of those.
Yes.
I love that.
That's the detail we really enjoy. Beth,
What's your favorite?
Beth, tell us about this cocktail.
Well, if you've seen our videos in the past, we love to make some cocktails and mocktails over our season. And so we partnered with Fangirl this year and decided to make a touchdown dance cocktail. So it's coconut rum, a little bit of pineapple, and cranberry juice, and it's so good and refreshing. Very Tampa, very Florida, but also very girlfriend football friendly, right?
Exactly.
Yes. So everybody's been enjoying that. Now let's talk about why we're here. This is live fantasy football. Walk us through the different level. Like you've got different leagues, and tell us about that part of it.
Yeah, we do. So we've got a $25 league going on right now that is 12 PPR, and they are drafting right back there. Most of them are here. We have a few going on virtually that either had to change at the last minute, couldn't make it, or we had to fill a spot. So the next up at 1 o'clock here in just a few minutes, we have another $25 league kicking off. And then at 3 o'clock is kind of our big championship league. That's our $100 league.
Okay, very good. And so what does one expect at the end of the season? Is there just bragging rights? Is there some kind of monetary like award or what's
Well,
up?
do we get a crown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
In our leagues where there is a buy-in, so you get the cash prize there. And we do have some free leagues going on too, so we're gonna do some giveaways for that for the winner there. But yeah, you get your cash, you get some bragging rights, and yeah, are we doing trophies? I think
And we
or-
haven't,
haven't
really talked about it,
that.
but then we have the entries into.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yeah. I was gonna let you talk because you know
Okay,
more
yep,
about
yep.
that event than I do.
Yeah,
So
okay. So we we're partnering with the Kentucky Fantasy Football State Championship. They're a high stakes draft that happens in Louisville actually next weekend every year. They've been going for 26 years, and they gave us 5 entries into their main event for next season, and
Wow.
those
Yeah.
are running about $300 each, and you can win up to $25,000 in that league. So yeah, so that's a little nice prize
Wow.
added on to
That's
the cash that
huge.
you're
Yeah.
gonna win in your league. And those bragging rights you get. You
So
know,
as a
entry into
winner
big
this
money.
year, you could
Yeah.
have that
Mhm.
entry
Yeah,
for
free
that.
entry. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
and that was special just
Yeah.
for the leagues this weekend. We
Yes.
have, I think we now have 31 leagues going, and I'm adding about 2 a day,
Yeah.
either free, paid, whatever. We're getting, I mean, as it gets closer, I will be opening up leagues almost daily right
Is
up till
that all
kickoff.
through Fangirl Football?
It is, yes.
So where can
yeah.
we find you? if we're looking?
Fangirlfootball.com. You can see our leagues on the homepage, or once you sign up in our community, which is free to sign up, and then you can meet other women that love football and talk about that. But you'll see the leagues in there as well, and you can sign up through the community as well.
And for those of you who maybe joined us on our podcast just a couple weeks ago, we are partnering with Fangirl Football to talk about injuries and how that impacts the fantasy football lineup for the week. But y'all have your own podcast. We were on your podcast. Tell everybody about this podcast. What can they expect from it? How will it help them in their fantasy football leagues this season?
Yeah, so we've got a couple shows that are going out once the season starts. We're gonna do a waiver show on Mondays. That's gonna be live. So you can send in your waiver questions there, get those out. It's gonna be going on at the same time Monday Night Football is, so you can like get those waivers going and watch your Monday Night Football. And then later in the week, we're gonna be doing the start sit shows. We're gonna be doing some, like injury updates, perhaps. Maybe have you girls come on and
That would be great.
update us about what's going on in the injury world. And so, so we're going to have all those things available. And then if you are a member of Fangirl Football, there's going to be some special opportunities that you're going to have within the community where you can reach out and try to get your questions answered and everything like that. So definitely a good idea to come be a member of Fangirl.
Awesome. Well, before we let you go, what does one need to think about? What are your top picks for fantasy football drafting?
Have fun. Have fun with it. This is fun.
That's-
this is a
yeah.
hobby. You're spending what little free time everybody has to play fantasy football, right?
Yeah.
So enjoy it. Have fun. Take players that, you are going to enjoy watching on Sunday. If,
We definitely see that.
yeah, if you take a player that you absolutely cannot stand, if they're on a rival team, whatever it might be, you're not going to enjoy yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Go take somebody that you really like. If you're a huge Bucks fan and you have to have Baker Mayfield on your team, go get Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Sundays.
Girlfriends in football is known to be petty in our picks, so we support that wholeheartedly.
And that, I may or may not have been burned a couple times by that. I am a 49er fan. We are the most injured team in the NFL. And I may or may not have had a season or two where I didn't have many people to put in the lineup. So, but yes. I definitely, people I do not care for do not end up on my.
It's not even, just not caring for, but it's like believing in the injuries. So McCaffrey this year, I'm like, I don't know what's going on there, but I just don't need to be part of it.
Yeah.
And I would just be mad at myself if I took him at the end of round 1, beginning of round 2. I don't care where I took him.
Yeah.
It's going to be too early for me because I'm just going to regret doing it if he is hurt.
Yeah.
If he beats me, fine.
Yeah. And you can't trust anything the 49ers say about an injury.
No.
Ever.
Exactly.
Especially
No.
season.
Yeah.
Everybody's keeping their cards close to their chest
Yeah.
right now. So
100%.
you got to kind of read between the lines as best you can.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
I kind of like playing daily fantasy a little bit more than season long fantasy because all I got to do is figure out this week.
Yeah.
Just 1 week at a time.
One week at a
Do you
time.
guys do that too?
I do a lot of daily.
But I mean, like through Fangirl, you guys have leagues where it's single day or single week.
We're still like
We'll
advice.
see. Yeah.
Right now.
Okay.
Like, yeah. More so advice, not for me because you don't want my advice on DFS at all. Just go light your money on fire. But Judy's definitely that's whose advice you want to take.
Yeah,
on
I'll probably put
DFS.
together some leagues out there and see who wants to play. So
Okay.
we'll see on DraftKings or something.
Very
See if we can
good.
get together a private league of somebody that wants to play for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for putting this together. Thank you for existing. For
Thank
all of
you.
us ladies, you know, it's hard to find a space where we can just listen to other women's opinions and know that our opinions may matter, right? You know, it's a tough male driven industry. And so I'm just so proud of us ladies that are pushing forward and trying to, you know, make a presence. So
Absolutely.
rock on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ladies.
Or cheers, whichever way you want.
There you go. I'm missing out. I've got the bottle of water.
You've got to run things right now. So you've got to be on top of your
Be
game.
hydrated.
Wait till 3 o'clock when those last drops kick
Yeah.
off.
Awesome. All right.
Right.
Well, we're going to move along into our just talk of the season. You're welcome to stick around, or I know that you have another
Yeah, I'm
league
gonna
that's getting
go.
ready to kick off.
Yeah, we might come back later. If you
Yeah.
want.
We'll be here.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. So, well, thanks
All
for
right.
coming by. All righty.
Right. Oh, it's over here.
Perfect. Well, the new news is, Beth, Nick Chubb has decided to retire.
I love that for Nick Chubb. I can't believe he came back when he did. His injuries were so gnarly. The fact that he even attempted to come back was pretty honorable. So
Yeah.
I wish him all the best. I'm really happy that he's going to take time and do other things with his life so that he can
Yeah.
be able to
like-
walk in like 6 years. Because, you know, you figure these players get so injured and then they miss out on so much of their life afterwards. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah. I think he's headed for an early knee replacement probably at some point. So
It's going to be sad to not watch him play, though, because he was quite a force on the field.
he was, but I think he should be proud of what he left, the legacy he's left behind. So cheers to you, Nick Chubb. We appreciate what you've done in the league. So that's new news. We're going to start and just go kind of team by team. We may have people stopping by. We've talked to a couple ladies who are fans of certain teams in the NFL, and we'd love to hear their take on what they think of the season. But Beth, we're going to start with your Bills right out of the gate. We're going to start with the AFC East. Josh Allen has a wide receiver.
He does. We now have DJ Moore. Look at that. You know, I love having him. I hope that he stays healthy. He sure played that first preseason game like it was the Super Bowl, egging on the defenders to come and get him. Tweaked his leg a little bit, but I think he's fine to play. I haven't seen any long-term time of him being out. I do think he's actually supposed to play today too, in about 15 minutes, if anybody's wondering. So it'll be good to have him and to compete against a little bit with Keon Coleman. I know our team is really hoping that he shows up and shows out this year. He's had a rough couple of first seasons, but we're hopeful. We're always hopeful.
Yeah,
That's what we do as Bills fans.
The clips that I see, there seems to be a nice energy between Josh Allen and DJ Moore. Like I love that connection. And then you guys went out and got an edge rusher, right? You have a Bradley Chubb that came in, and so defensively,
Yeah, we're trying to pull our defense together as well. I know defense is one of our spots where we struggle so hard over the years. We've got a new defensive coach too, so we're trying to just pull all the things in place. This season is going to be make it or break it. We're really trying to push, and it's hard with a new head coach.
new
and
everything,
new
new head
everything.
coach, new stadium, new. I mean,
So it's a big deal for the Bills this season. I know they're really pushing, and we really want Josh to get that ring. I think Buffalo wants Josh to get the ring. Like we all want a ring, but we want Josh.
I think most of the NFL has been waiting
Yeah.
for the Bills to finally have their time.
So we're hoping, we're hopeful. We've got some good pieces in place this year, so I'm really hoping we stay healthy.
what's the temperature of you guys now settling in with the head coach? Are we still?
So it depends on who you talk to, but I will say from most of what I've heard is that he seems to be doing a really good job. He seems to bring a lot of positive energy to the locker room. I loved our Sean McDermott, don't get me wrong, but I do believe that they were talking a little bit about how prior it was like dad's walking in the room, right? And so there's a little bit of that seniority and that just I'm the boss, you're the servant type of role in the organization, where from my understanding it's less of that now, and it's more of like the excitement of a cohesive, that the coaches come in and okay, how are we all going to do this together? So I'm hoping that we see good things.
Oh, I got chills, girl.
I'm hoping.
I'm here for it. Let's do it. All right, so moving right along, same division, the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if, I'm trying to be nice here. They have a new coach, Jeff Hafley, who is coming in after Mike McDaniels left and gone to the Chargers. He was previously the defensive coordinator for the Packers. I mean, really, the Miami Dolphins is like Packers to like pre-Packers because they have Jeff Hafley, and then they also brought in Malik Willis. He was number 2. He was the backup quarterback to Jordan Love, also in out of Wisconsin. So
they're trying. They're trying. I mean, and they've got Devon Achon still.
Yeah.
And so
but that's it.
So they've got one threat.
Waddle left, right?
Waddle left. He went to Broncos.
He went to the Broncos. Tyreek Hill, I don't think he's ever coming back.
I don't know what happened. I know he's not there, but I don't know what he's doing.
So his knee was annihilated. If you probably saw that awful injury. It was probably one of the top 3 worst injuries I've seen live
along
action.
with Chubb, who just
yeah, he blew out his complete knee, but in this case, there's a nerve that sits right over like the outside part of your knee, and when you have a knee dislocation, you can call it both vessel damage and nerve damage. And when you have nerve damage, you get something called drop foot, where you can't bring your foot up. For those of you who are familiar with Alex Smith, that's kind of the injury that he had. He had nerve injury, and he has to, if you see him walk, you can see it's like a mechanical.
So they've got different things you can use. Sometimes it's a brace just to prevent your foot from catching when you walk. So think about when you walk, you have to use your toes to push off to move forward, and then you have to pull your toes up into the air in order to let your heel land when you continue that step. So the problem with drop foot and the braces that you use with it, it helps facilitate that, right? Drop foot prevents you from being able to pull up your toes. So you end up catching your toe pretty much think about like tripping on the carpet every time you take a step. So you can easily fall, trip, things like that. So it makes a big difference on the ability to propel, push, and land.
Yeah. And so he had, surgeries, and he was like, I'm coming back, but then he now was supposed to be undergoing some kind of nerve. It just doesn't look good for Tyreek Hill, unfortunately. There's a lot to say about him as on his personal side, but from a professional side, we've never seen an athlete like Tyreek Hill. He's just so explosive, so fast. So the Dolphins are definitely in a rebuilding year. I don't know what to expect from them. We'll just have to see how it comes together. New York Jets.
I feel like this whole division, man, has been quite a show. We'll say.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot to say about the Jets. I mean, they're trying. They brought back Geno Smith. They're doing what they can.
Yeah, they got Minka Fitzpatrick, who is a total threat. He's a complete badass in the backfield. And they got T'Vondre Sweat. So their defense, looks decent, but
I'm curious.
Jets, right? Sorry.
We're gonna do what we can. We're doing what we can.
Yeah.
Again, remember we said we were a petty show at times, so we're doing what we can.
Maybe we just want to see, maybe can they get over 500, or can they get to 250? I don't know. I'm just kidding. We'll see what the Jets can do.
Yeah.
There's no expectations, which is good. Like when you don't have expectations, maybe
you always supersede when you have low expectations.
Yeah.
So.
Moving right along, the Patriots, which this has been interesting. They went and got AJ Brown. So that's going to be huge for Drake May. There was some off-season situations with the coach and Diana Rossini, and that
was lots of drama. But it seems to be that they have just kind of dropped that. I heard some rumors about just kind of locker room talk about how when you're playing football, like those the guys you got to battle for. That's you can do no wrong when you're in the locker room with your team. I don't necessarily always agree with that, but I think that's probably where that has gone. They're probably going to support their coach a little bit stronger now, even because there was some bad press.
Yeah, well, for the good, it's for the best for the Patriots organization that it happened in pretty much the off season. So it's
Keeps
not
it
going to be
quiet.
as much of a distraction once we get into the season here. But we'll just see what the Patriots can do. They had,
Scattaboo is back.
oh, that's for the Giants. But yes, we do want to talk about
Scattaboo's back.
But Chick is back. Hey, girl, nice
Hey.
to see you. So yeah, we'll see. I think the Patriots are going to be the toughest thing in your division, as usual, right?
Drake May has really shown out that he truly is a fantastic quarterback, and I think he's going to give us a run for our money this year.
Agree. So we'll see what AJ Brown can bring as an addition to their offense. All right. Oh, we should mention that there was an injury to AJ Brown, actually. Now that we're talking about it, his thumb, it's a dislocated thumb that he had. But, you know, dislocated thumb, you can pop that baby right back in place and it can, you know,
Tape it up. He should be good in a week or two.
Yeah,
I
a
don't see it
splint.
really.
Yeah. Unless there was actual tendon damage, which I think it would take a lot for that to be. But
Yeah.
Side note, I do enjoy putting a good finger or thumb back in place. It's so nice because you know you can get them better. They come in and it's all, and you're like, oh, just hold your breath, pop, and then they feel better after the initial.
Amazing how quickly that can that relief comes, right?
Absolutely. We're going to move on to the AFC North and my husband's Baltimore Ravens. This has been interesting. John Harbaugh has left. He is now with the New York Giants. They brought in a new coach, which is Jesse Minter. We'll hold off.
We are also going to give away 2 of the prizes. So
Ooh.
everyone put their raffle tickets in the bags.
All right. They're going to do a raffle ticket giveaway. Let's see what happens.
Do it.
We'll get back to the Ravens here in just a second. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about. Yep. Jesse Minter, for sure. Which, ooh,
Sure.
this is why girls' events are so fun. Giveaways. Look at this.
All the time. Bring the just so
Yeah.
we can show what we're giving away right now.
Football read.
Cute. Look at that.
Very cool.
All right. All right.
Do you guys want to draw the winner?
Ooh, Beth, go for it,
I'll
girl.
do it. They stick together.
Okay. Should have their name on the back.
Jessica.
Jessica. Which
Hey.
P.
Jessica B.
Yay! Awesome. Oh, she's a Bucks fan. She's got her Bucks jersey on. Awesome.
That is super
All
cute.
right.
If I won that, it would have to stay at your house because I can't take it in my personal item, in my purse.
I'll
But I
just
love
bring it when I
her.
travel to Atlanta because you know I'll be there at some point this season. All right. So
I'm
yes.
gonna do one more.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah. All right. So this is from Football Guys. You're gonna get a subscription with that, and you're also gonna get some merch. We are gonna need your info to send it us so we know what sizes to send you. But
This is a subscription to Football Guys and merch.
yeah.
Gina. Hey. All right. So that's the winners. All right.
We have got roughly 10 minutes. And draft order's already been set on this one. It is ready to go. Also, there's going to be a 3 o'clock free one. I know a lot of people were going to do it.
These ladies have worked so hard on this.
In it right now, so I'll be putting the QR code over to your grid. If you have
They were blowing up balloons for 2.5 hours last night.
Unbelievable. Aren't they gorgeous too, by the way?
We showed up 15 minutes in advance and did our best. Next year.
But
we're gonna
while
have
we're
it.
waiting, look at these jerseys. How
We
cute.
did.
Right?
Turn around, show the back.
Hey.
It's got our name on them. It's got our favorite player's number on them.
Technics chick. Who was this? You already know. All right. So moving along to the Ravens. Yeah, they have a new coach, Jesse Minter, but it's also like the Harbaugh's cousin like. I mean, it's crazy because
It's the same, but it's not. It's different, but it's not the same.
yeah. So anyway, he worked under John Harbaugh with the Ravens years ago, then went on to,
Mhm.
yeah, rice all day, baby. Then he went on to ultimately coach at Michigan with Jim, and then went to the Chargers with Jim. So he's followed a Harbaugh around his pretty much the latter part of his entire career, and now he's landed the head coach job in Baltimore. So I don't think that there's going to be. I mean, I think this is great for Baltimore. They can get a Harbaugh-like mind at a cheaper price, right? And so I don't know if the expectation was that or if it was really because what are you changing? Like,
Sometimes it's just a fresh set of eyes, right? So similar to Buffalo, right? Joe Brady was he was our offensive coordinator for so long, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of our offense was built around what he decided already.
yeah,
So if we're looking at that same idea, you want to make a change in the locker room, but you don't necessarily want to make a change in your philosophy. I feel like it's a smart decision
yeah,
because they're a good team. They've got all the pieces. And we've said this before about the Ravens. It just needs to fall into place, right? So sometimes another set of eyes.
yeah. I just wonder if they've set up with bad juju, right? The whole Max Crosby thing still doesn't sit well with me. And they have Trey Hendrickson, which is an incredible acquisition for them. And like Technics Chick says here, Minter's defense when he was with the Ravens was so innovative,
Mhm.
and that's true. And so again, with the addition of Trey Hendrickson, he's cooking. He's already starting to think ahead about what this is going to look like. And I know Ravens fans, just like 49er fans, we love that sexy defense, right? Like, and that's what they've been known for the years of Ray. You know, they need to get back to that to some degree. But then also Lamar.
Right. And so that's what I was going to say is that, you've focused on the defensive end for so long. That's been your moneymaker. That's been your juice, right? So
Your identity.
your
right?
identity.
Yeah.
So while that is so important, you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You've got one of the biggest players. You've got Zay Flowers. You've got all of these people that can be so much more than what I think they're showing right now.
Yeah.
So
King Henry.
bringing another defensive minded coach, I wonder if that does a disservice to your offensive firepower.
Interesting. Yeah. Their offensive coordinator is Declan Doyle, who came over from the Bears. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what that looks like. Now, the downside is Baltimore's dealing with the loss of their center. That's
Losing
huge.
a center is like losing. It's close to losing. It's just as bad as losing your quarterback. I mean, they sometimes run the show for that offensive line. So they are so integral in how the play goes. I don't know, when you lose that, it makes it really hard to be a quarterback.
Yes, agree, especially one like Lamar Jackson. So their center is out. They tore the patellar tendon, which is not a fun injury to have at all. So yeah, he's out for the season for sure. So we'll see what Baltimore comes up with and how they can come back from that. It is a huge concern. So
Yeah, I don't know if they have who's going to be in his place yet, if they've got that squared away.
well, they'll have a backup for sure. Now, to what caliber,
what that
you know,
looks
and
like.
how, yeah, exactly. And, you know, snapping the ball to the quarterback seems simple, but it's actually very specific the way the quarterback wants to receive it. And, you know, it's
It's a very intimate relationship between the quarterback and the center.
very intimate. Hands are placed in very particular areas. So would be interested in hearing on the Jake Brendel as center. Oh, separately. Okay. Well, we'll chat about that here as we come along.
We'll get there.
Moving on to the Cincinnati Bengals. So I love this. They got Dexter Lawrence, also known as Sexy Dexy.
Which we had a cocktail last year or the year before that was for Sexy Dexy as well.
We did.
He's amazing. And now he is Cincinnati. It's like Cincinnati needs more weapons. He's going to be great for their defense. I'm really excited for Cincinnati.
Well, they needed to replace Trey Hendrickson. So I think this was a good acquisition for that. They also got from the Chiefs Brian Cook, and Kyle Duggar. So we'll see. You know, the Bengals, they needed to make some changes defensively. Joe Burrow, you know, they have proven that they can make points and the offense can score. And then the defense just, it's like, there it goes, one in and out the other. I mean, there's no stopping the points from going on the other side of the ball. So when you can strengthen the defense there, it really helps the offense. So I'm excited in that regard, but I saw like the first play, I think it was, I saw the videos of Joe Burrow just getting sacked on that first play. And
I'm more concerned about their offensive line. Yes, you need a defense, but you got to protect that quarterback. Again, you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, right? Like you've got to protect him. So we'll see how that goes out. I would not choose Cincinnati for my defense in fantasy.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Agree. Absolutely. All right. Oh, Lord. And then we're going to go talking about the Cleveland Browns. The biggest news they have is the quarterback controversy that has continued since last year, right? Who's going to be QB number one? They've got Deshaun is back from a Achilles tear, which that's not awesome. You've got
but he's what, a year and a half post now, right?
yeah.
So we're closer to 2 years post. So he has a better possibility of playing well than if it's your first year out.
Yeah, but then he lost so much time before that. I don't know. It's like, when has this guy played real football in a long time?
I kind of forgot he was still on the roster.
You did, literally. She literally did. Oh, he's still around? So, yes, Deshaun Watson has been in talks. You've got Shedeur Sanders, and you still have Dylan Gabriel somewhere in the picture. And I just don't know that any of them is a standout enough to be.
I think they're hoping for Shedeur. I think they're standing behind Deshaun Watson because when you put that much money into anything, you have to stand behind it. But I think Shedeur will probably end up by midseason taking over, would be my guess.
But I think the talks are is that finally Watson is at the end of that contract. So I think if either at the end of the season, if they let him go, it's not like anything's lost. They're not leaving a lot on the table. They've just strung them along and just wasted
all that money all those years before.
So we'll see what happens. The good news is if they do something like Shedeur Sanders, he's cheap, right? He's still on a rookie contract, so they can kind of bounce back from that. But can they? They have a new coach now.
They got rid of Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Their Cleveland Browns fans don't deserve what Cleveland does to them
every year.
So if you're looking for a new team, Buffalo is taking applications. Sorry, guys.
Oh goodness, I would say get out of the AFC. Come over to the NFC. You know. Another new coach is another new coaching change was for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin is left. Good luck. He's enjoying life. We see so many videos of him watching his daughter in gymnastics, and I just love that for him. Mike Tomlin is just a hell of a guy, hell of a coach. And now it's the return of Mike McCarthy and the relationship that he and Aaron Rodgers had years ago when they were in Wisconsin, in Green Bay. So I was going to come on here and I was really going to be like, you know, Aaron Rodgers has rekindled relationships with his family. I saw those videos. I was kind of feeling some kind of way about like, okay, I'll give him a little something. And then he's like, I'm going to come up with my own plays or I'm not going to read. And then Aaron Rodgers shows up. So
and then Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Technics Chase, the Cleveland Browns factory of sadness.
Yes, it really is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the same thing. Aaron Rodgers, I'm shocked that they signed him for another year. I guess they didn't really have other options. They did. They just didn't take them, I guess. What do you think about Michael Pittman Jr. playing with them? You think that'll be a good receiver for him? Do you feel like there's any redeeming? Aaron Rodgers is going to Aaron Rodgers. We know that.
I think the problem is Aaron Rodgers is from a different generation, right? I think I've heard Tom Brady talk about this too. I've heard maybe some other older quarterbacks talking about how, oh, you know where I saw it from? When we watched season 3 of Quarterback,
Yeah.
right? And we were watching Joe Flacco, and he was talking about he's just a different generation, and it's interesting to have a connection. He's talking to these kids, and he literally said kids, and he's got like 4 or 5 kids himself, and it's like it's just a different connection. And I think for Aaron Rodgers, he can't get out of his own way to connect with this next generation of wide receivers. It's not like he hasn't had good wide receivers. I don't know what energy. I mean, he goes into darkness and he touts all these things, which I think he truly believes, but I don't know that. I'm not privy to know what it's like in the huddle with him.
In that locker room or in the huddle.
We've seen him throw attitudes when people aren't connecting with his stuff. So that can't feel good from a wide receiver who's young, in their 20s.
And hearing it from their dad, basically, right? So he's the same age as probably several of these players' dads,
right,
or close to it. So I think it does create a very interesting power dynamic and power shift.
Yeah, I would say I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers do anything different than what they did last year. I mean, that's just my gut. Sorry, Pittsburgh fans, I do adore you. I do love your organization, but I mean, if you're out there, I mean, I'd love to hear from you. Maybe there's somebody here who is a Steelers fan that we can get their thoughts on that too. But it's going to be tough.
Moving on.
AFC South, we got the Houston Texans, where I love my D'Amico Ryans. They have the return of Tank Dell, who came back from an ACL injury, which was actually it was worse than that. It was ACL, LCL, MCL. And it was, I think he even had, I've seen reports say dislocated patella, but I think it was actually a dislocated knee. Because they said knee / patella, but folks, those are 2 different things.
Yeah. The results are different as well.
Very different. And he had surgery. This happened actually at the end of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So normally I say it takes a year for an athlete to come back and then another year for them to actually look like they did before the injury. This might be a player that
surprises us. He might be worthwhile keeping an eye on. If you have a fantasy league, I wouldn't take him first off the bat, but looking down the road in some of your later drafts when you're looking for a backup, he definitely would be one worthwhile keeping track of.
And maybe also on the list of potential comeback player of the years. I think he could definitely be.
Not Deshaun Watson?
No.
I tried.
Technically said, I feel like Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf would clash. Both kind of stubborn. All 3 of them, girl.
I know.
All 3 of them will clash. Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf. I mean, it's just.
It's gonna be a season.
It's gonna be a season. Yes. So what else is going on in Houston? Houston acquired David Montgomery from the Lions.
Detroit.
Yes.
Detroit did a little bit of a flash sale there, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens over there when we talk about them.
But Jahmyr Gibbs got paid, so this is the season.
He deserved it.
Yes, he did.
There are a lot of players who got paid well this offseason.
And running backs, which has not classically been the thing, which I love that for them, for sure. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Do you think they can do it again? They can make the playoffs again?
Interesting. Travis Hunter's coming back. So he had an LCL injury that actually required surgery. He got married, cut all his hair off. And so I think they were very strong last year. And I think they can only get better from there. I think.
I would agree with that. I think one of my concerns was Travis Hunter was so scrawny last season. He's put on, I think, 15, 20 pounds of muscle. Definitely going to be more durable this season than he has been in the past. And he hasn't lost any speed.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
That is insane.
That's crazy when you look at training, you usually either put on muscle or you work on speed. You don't do both. It's very difficult to gain muscle and increase or maintain speed and agility. So he has done it. He's young. So I think it's going to be really interesting and fun to watch him as well this season.
Well, let's talk about his LCL for a moment. I don't think we've ever reported on an LCL singularly. So it's just an LCL repair done surgically. What does that look like coming back from that type of surgery?
Outside of the concerns of cutting and things like that you do in football movements and football plays, that's probably one of the easiest injuries that you can kind of come back from, right?
Yeah.
It's one singular ligament, one singular surgery to put it back together. I'm assuming it's all microscopic at that point,
Right.
Or laparoscopic, I'm sorry.
Arthroscopic.
Arthroscopic.
I got you.
All
Mel.
of those pieces, whatever. It's got this little,
Right.
just a small scar. It's
Yes.
only going to leave a small scar on the outside.
Yes.
So you're not dealing with a lot of healing from other areas.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be great. I don't think
so, too.
that it's going to be like it never happened.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not one that I'm concerned about having a comeback year and then
not be looking
yeah,
flashy.
I think he's
and
going to be looking
strong.
flashy this season.
All
Yeah.
right, you hear that here, Travis Hunter.
Put
The
him on your
girlfriends
list.
like you.
Put him on your list.
All right, moving along to the Colts, we got Daniel Jones coming back from an ACL. He's fully cleared, and just behind him is Anthony Richardson. They have Coach Steichen there, and they're the ones who dealt Pittman over to Pittsburgh. So they picked up linebacker Zaire Franklin. So we'll see. It's all going to depend for me on how Daniel Jones looks like coming back.
I mean, you could tell that last season, right? Like
Yeah.
their season did a complete 180 once Daniel Jones was injured and went out. They were looking Super Bowl bound until that injury occurred. And then they just could not pull it together after that. So hopefully he is healed well. Hopefully he has regained as much as he can mobility wise, and he can stay on his feet and have a good season.
Yeah, you know, when we talked about Aaron Rodgers' return, oh, we have a Ravens fan. Would you like to come over and share with us what you think about your team this year? Is it a thumbs up or thumbs down? Oh,
all right.
thumbs up. She's liking the new coach in Baltimore this year. So we'll see how that goes.
We were talking about Titans,
Achilles. So when we were
for
talking
Aaron
about
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers coming back, we saw him struggle a little bit. He was an older quarterback when this happened. Kirk Cousins came back also from an Achilles,
Yeah.
and he looked pretty good. So I'm feeling like Daniel Jones should be
Yeah.
squared away. But if we look at the time frame, it was later in the season last year. Like November-ish.
So we're just hitting that 9 month, 9 month mark where return to play is really expected.
Yeah.
So, you know, like you've said in the past, when they clear you, they clear you. They expect you to be all in. Do I think that maybe the Colts will maybe modify their offense for a little bit to give him a little bit more time, maybe make him more of a pocket passer for a little bit?
Yeah.
I could see that being the case.
Yeah.
And I hope that they do, just to make sure that he's running on all cylinders.
Yeah, agree. All right. The Tennessee Titans. It's where Big Sexy went. So Coach Robert Saleh will be in his first year as the head coach for the Tennessee Titans. And just like in classic Saleh fashion, they acquired Jermaine Johnson, the defensive end from the Jets. And I think that when they drafted some key players there too. So, you know, watching quarterback season 3, I honestly am really excited about the Titans.
I love me some Cam Ward after watching that series.
Love Cam Ward.
He is just adorable. His mama is great.
Oh,
His mama is you
Coach.
don't mess with mama.
You don't mess with mama. She's a coach too. I think she coached basketball. What I liked about him is he just was no nonsense. And I feel like that is such a strong leader quality. I wasn't super familiar with him coming out. He was a rookie last year. And I know there was high expectations for him. There's been a lot of changeover, but watching him on quarterback 3 go through that season, stay positive, and just kind of be like, I don't care. This is our expectation. I don't need, we don't need to cheer just because we won a game. Like that should be expected.
Right.
I mean, just strong.
And I thought it was great to see in that show as well. They were talking about how there was some bad press with Cameron Ward about his attitude, about maybe people seeing it as more of a negative attitude than necessarily just matter of fact, this is what we're doing.
I feel like it's a Hard Knocks attitude.
Yeah, very much like this is what we're going to do and this is how we need to do it. And he jumped around teams, right? Did he?
No, the Tennessee.
Oh, that's right.
They drafted him.
I'm thinking, yeah. So the fact that like he's kind of just pushed through all of these pieces, it's going to be fun to watch him.
Yeah, 100%. And I think him and Robert Saleh, that's a good. I think that's going to be a good match there. So Tennessee, you guys should be very excited about what's coming this season. I'm not saying they're going to make it, deep into the playoffs or anything, but I definitely think you're going to have a season that you guys can be proud of this year.
I was talking about through high school and college.
Oh,
he didn't have.
Oh, yes, he bounced around.
Yeah,
in the college years.
he was in a
JUCO.
in a JUCO, but his high school was a running offense style. So he never even threw the ball in high school.
He was a 0-star, I think,
Yeah.
coming out,
Yeah,
went to a
went to
JUCO,
JUCO.
and then showed out and built from there.
And transferred the portal several times.
And what does that do to a person's fabric of who they are, right? And for him to have climbed through those ranks.
It's like Josh Allen.
Well, and it's no surprise that what he's done in Tennessee so far.
Right.
He's like, okay, well, I've been through diversity. I don't, or adversity.
We've done it. I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah.
The expectation is that we do better next week. And
100%.
And I think he's going to bring that to the team, and it'll be interesting to watch. Tennessee deserves that, I feel
I
like.
really feel that. And, Salah and his entire brood of 50 kids or however many he has, which, go girl. Go Mrs. Salah. I mean, I'm going to just leave it at that. All right, moving along to the AFC West, we're going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. Biggest story here, Patrick Mahomes, ACL. He's coming back. Thoughts and feelings. And by the way, Kansas City is all ticked off about where he placed in the players poll of top quarterbacks in the NFL.
Well, they can be ticked off, but it's not wrong for this past season. I mean,
Truly.
It doesn't have to be, we're not saying all time.
Right.
We're saying this past season. Anyway, he's coming back. It sounds like he's clear to go. He's been doing all the practices. There hasn't been any holdups from his rehab, from my understanding. So it sounds like he's going to be good to go. Again, we'll see how he moves on the field once we really get rolling into the season. But I think his expectation is going to be that he's coming back at 100%, and I wouldn't be surprised. He's got that work ethic, so I could see that happening.
And Kansas City lost Isaiah Pacheco, but they did pick up Kenneth Walker III. So they have a strong running back that Patrick Mahomes can hand the ball off to, and
that'll definitely help. Definitely help to give him a break from what he needs to be expected of.
What's not going to help is Kelsey. Travis Kelsey's post-wedding bod has been circulating around the internet, and but we'll see.
He's got a little bit of a dad bod at the moment. We'll see what. I haven't seen one recently.
It's Kelsey though. Like
he never was. I mean, and
yeah,
neither was his brother. So I mean, I don't think we're ever expected him to look.
It doesn't matter because he always finds the spot on the field where the ball is going to be. That's just.
And Mahomes is going to know he's going to be there. So
100%.
They have that connection. And regardless of how slow he moves on the field and how lackadaisical it looks on plays that he's not involved in, he's going to get the job done. So the Chiefs are still a force to be reckoned with. So we'll see what the season looks like. But
yeah, for sure. All right, moving right along to Denver. Come on in. Yes. Oh, is she here? Oh, fantastic. Well, we'll have you guys over here in just a bit. Okay, great. All right, so Denver picked up Jalen Waddle, like we talked about earlier. So that gives Bo Nix another weapon, and a fast one at that.
Yes, I think that's going to be fun to watch. I think they're going to be really good together.
Yeah, I would expect this team to still look as good as they did last year, go deep into the playoffs.
And if you need a defense for fantasy, Denver's always a good one to pick up. They live and die by their defense. So
yes. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Who's your team?
I'm a Patriots fan.
Oh, come chat.
Come join.
Come
join.
Oh, wait, Lord, Patriots fan. All right.
All teams. However, I have some things about the Bills I want to say.
All right.
Please
so
do.
We're going live right now.
Oh, very nice. Hello.
This is Sarah, guys. She's here at the event, and she is a Patriots fan. And when introduced, she's pointed directly to our Bills person and said, I have some words for you. So this should be interesting. Sarah, where are you here from?
I live in Newport Richie, so it's about a half hour away from here.
Okay, very good. And so I guess how's the team looking this year? Patriots had some off-season press with your head coach.
I mean, I'm trying to put that behind us. I mean, it doesn't directly affect us now. I like the move with AJ Brown. I think they definitely upgraded as much as Diggs had a really good year last year with over 1,000 yards. I think AJ Brown has more size to him, and I think it's going to ultimately put us a little further than. I mean, you can't get any further than the Super Bowl, but hey, maybe this time we'll win it,
All right. Well, great. So what I got to get into this. What do we have to say to Beth
As
here?
much as I don't like the Bills. I think that they had a really good offseason getting Josh Allen an actual receiver that is productive. I mean, DJ Moore was really good with the Bears last year and with the Panthers, and I think that they're going to build something. I really, really think so. Also, I thought a really underrated draft pick that they had this year is TJ Parker out of Clemson. I thought I was projecting the Patriots to take him where they selected Caleb Lomu. I was really hoping because the edge has been a problem for us.
Right.
And when the Bills got him in, I think it was the second round. I was like, that's a really sleeper pick right there. I think that that's really going to pair him up with Bradley Chubb. I think that's going to be a big move for them.
I
And they need
appreciate
it
that. We
defensively,
definitely
yeah.
need that defensively. I mean, you've seen our defense. You know that we need it, especially as the season goes on. We fall apart near the end of the season. So I really appreciate that. That's wonderful. And I tried not to get too mad that you took Matt Collins from us because he's still our baby.
Collins. I love how he has that just sporadic personality. He doesn't believe in shoes or silverware. Or,
No,
I
he's
just like he's his own
fantastic.
person. I really appreciate that. I actually got to meet him last year, and he was
Did
just a really
you?
nice, down to earth person. I really big fan of his.
That's awesome. My son looks very similar to Matt Collins. So he got
really?
he got
no
cornrows
way.
over the summer,
That's
and
awesome.
I sent a picture to all my friends. I was like, I have a baby
Matt Collins.
Matt Collins in my household. I love him. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
he's a lot of fun.
Well, and I have to say, I literally, because of, having our podcast and her covering the Bills, when they let go of Matt Collins, I said, what are they doing? That was like the one receiver that I think Josh Allen did really well with. So
They
when people
connected.
keep talking about Josh Allen's never had the receiver, I'm like, dude, that year he was balling out with Matt Collins. So and they traded him to the Patriots. So Matt, I've been a fan since then. Okay. So I don't believe all this hype about they never had a wide receiver. They had you, baby.
And he
I
had the
said
size
it.
too. Like
He
you know,
did.
he's 6'4",
Right.
maybe 220.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, big vertical threat, can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
He just has
unbelievable
never
talent.
been that wide receiver one, right? So I think that's kind of where Buffalo
Right.
struggled, right? That wide receiver one, ever since we lost Diggs, it was like, where do we go from there? And we just kind of relied on Josh to be Josh.
Well, you guys brought in D-Hop. Did you guys have D-Hop, DeAndre Hopkins?
We did for a
and you
hot
had
minute.
thought that maybe that could
Yeah.
kind of fill that gap a little bit,
Yeah.
but that really fizzled out. Didn't
I
really
think
do
a lot
much.
of people forget about Dawson Knox. I think he's a person that, like, everybody's so focused on Kincaid. I think Dawson Knox is a really, really reliable tight end.
We have the best
He
tight
is.
end game in the
Thank
game.
you.
In the game, we have the best tight ends. Hands down.
I mean, I
then-
like Kincaid, but I mean, Dawson Knox is still like really good.
Yeah,
Still, like,
no, I wouldn't trade any of my
I
tight
wouldn't
ends for
either.
anything. That's solid, and Josh has such a good rapport with them at this point in the season that over these years that he looks to them nonstop, and you can tell the difference in a game when they're in and when they're out. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. How'd your draft go? Have you already drafted? Or
Oh, I
they're coming
did.
up? Okay.
I'm only doing the prepaid one because
Yeah.
I'm in so many others. It's just hard to keep up with
Yeah.
them, you know?
Yeah. How'd you do? You
I
did
think
okay?
I did pretty decent because I was reading a magazine and just reading about sleeper picks and stuff like that because everybody's taking the top names, but
right.
there's always going to be someone that you never really thought about that could really potentially fit in there.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you have any sleeper picks that you think that for those who haven't drafted yet that you would recommend?
I definitely do. So in terms of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they lost a big receiver in Mike Evans. You know,
Mhm.
he's 6'5", 230 pounds. In the draft this year, they took Ted Hurst, and he's about the same size. And I know that Baker Mayfield likes the bigger receivers. As much as they have Chris Godwin, they can't rely on him every single time, as well as Ibuka. So having Ted Hurst in there, I think might be able to, you know,
All
pick
right.
up some of the slack.
Very
That's
good.
excellent.
What do you think of the event?
I think this event is incredible. It really brings women together. No matter where you're from or what your team is, I think that everybody can talk football. And it's a really welcoming environment, especially for women. We have our own space here. And I just think this is a lovely event. It's my first year here. And I definitely would do this again every year. I really like it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for stopping by and
Thank you
chatting
guys
with
so
us.
much.
Come
Very
through
nice.
anytime.
Have a
Yeah.
wonderful-
Hey, and visit us during the season. Well, you do great talking about the Pats, so you can be our Pats correspondents. We'll pop
I
you
would love to
in.
do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Come on
We'll
back.
definitely have you on.
No,
Yeah.
I would love that. Thank you guys so
All
much.
right. Thank you. All right. So straight from the horse's mouth, we got good things coming for the Patriots this season, and yeah, that was nice. Kudos coming from the
I know
enemy
it's hard.
territory.
It's hard
That's
to
great.
it's hard to get compliments and get true feedback sometimes when our emotions get in the way. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Ladies play nice in football, right? All right, so we covered the Broncos. All right, let's move along to the Chargers. Y'all, I just bless his little heart. I don't know if Justin Herbert is ever going to have the year that we want him to have. Just when we were thinking this is going to be his year, his left tackle goes out and he's out.
And
Rashawn
then-
Slater and their center. So the center is the key. Tyler Berdaz is out with an ACL, and he had just signed a 3-year, $30 million contract.
So they're
And
saying right now that they're hoping he'll come back near the end of the season, but I'm not sure if that's
ACL,
I know.
I don't think
I'm
so.
trying to help.
Yeah, but they're, yeah. Or just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Justin Herbert was, okay, it was family day. He's on the field. He's now engaged to Madison Beer. She's like rubbing his hair.
It looked like they were on a blanket in the middle of Central Park, canoodling. And it was absolutely adorable, but not football.
But not where it should be. Like, I mean, he's the leader of a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and you need to be locked in. And this is a season where you're supposed to be. This is supposed to be your season, and they acquired the mastermind, Mike McDonald. Right. I mean, a true, incredible offensive coordinator. And they were like, oh my gosh, put him with Justin Herbert and his talent and da 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 da. And then the rug gets pulled out from under them and the center is gone. And then on the other side is Rashawn Slater. Their left tackle is out with a ruptured patella tendon. So huge problem.
So that changes your whole offensive line and your entire scheme of how you are going to run your offense when you lose those two big building blocks.
Pillars, yeah.
Pillars in that offense.
Pillars in the offensive line. So we'll see what they come
healthy.
Up with.
Take care of yourself, Justin Herbert. It's going to be a long season.
It's going to be a long season. So I would say it's not looking optimistic for the Chargers. But moving on to Las Vegas Raiders, Kirk Cousins.
Who is their quarterback?
Hey, Kirk Cousins.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Kirk Cousins can play. How many teams has Kirk Cousins played for?
At least 5.
At least 5.
At least 5.
I love Kirk Cousins.
How do you not? He owns his dadness. Like he is just
the Supercuts commercials, and he's like, yeah, that's just where I go.
And all you young guys out here who's negotiating contracts, you need to get some tips from Kirk Cousins.
His agent. You need to go ahead and get his agent, because he knows how to work a deal.
For real.
It's because, I mean, Atlanta. It's just unbelievable.
So lots of changes for the Raiders. So Clint Kubiak was acquired. The Seattle offensive coordinator is now their head coach. They drafted the first overall pick of the draft in Fernando Mendoza, who we all have come to know and love, and was the championship quarterback from Indiana. And he's just a delight.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going well in that locker room too. I think initially there was a little friction, or maybe it was made up friction by the media, but it seems like they're doing a really good job of Kirk Cousins kind of mentoring and giving Mendoza what he needs so that he can kind of be all that he can be when he takes over.
And I feel like I got to give him credit. I feel like Tom Brady has been an important part of that. I feel like, everyone's like wanting Mendoza to be QB1 right out of the gate. But I think even in the second game, he threw an interception and they were kind of like, okay. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but they were playing one of the top defenses, even if it was, with the twos. It's still tough. You still got to learn how to process what you're seeing and how to respond and how to react. And so he needs that time. Any new quarterback typically does. So I think it's really, really smart. I mean, who better to be learning from than Kirk Cousins? So also, can you imagine how much rainbows and lollipops is happening in that locker room between Kirk Cousins and Mendoza? I mean,
Kurt is just love it. Like you said, he owns that dad mentality and mindset, and I bet brings it into the locker room, and is probably just loving this opportunity to mentor and teach.
Yeah.
And so I think it's probably going to be great to see. I don't think that this season's going to be quite what they're hoping it's going to be, but I see good things coming with that draft pick.
Yeah, I mean, Kubiak spent some time on the 49ers, so he's part of that Shanahan tree. And so it'll be interesting to see how he integrates with Kurt and Fernando and tries to build some kind of offensive movement. Max Crosby is going to be playing with a huge chip on his shoulder. So he is going to be a menace for sure. We'll have to see. It was interesting as he had a torn meniscus in that left knee. And supposedly that was why the trade with the Ravens fell through. Was concerns over
he didn't pass his physical
he
or
didn't
whatever
pass the
at that point,
physical,
right?
which there's got to be something more to that.
Well, and so it's not as though he's a highly injury prone player either. I could see if he had several significant injuries that have put him out a lot. And then this was just the most recent one. And they're like, listen, you're too high risk, right?
Yeah.
But he's typically a fairly healthy player, is on the field all the time. So for that to be the one sticking point seems off as well.
Right. Like, what did they see in there? I mean, the only thing I could think of would maybe be some kind of advanced arthritis or something like that. But I mean, I feel like maybe it was just something they utilized.
They reread the contract or looked at their financials and decided maybe it was better.
Well, maybe we'll find out in the 30 for 30, like 20 years from now. So, all right, we're going to move on to the NFC East, Eagles. So AJ Brown, like we had already mentioned, has gone up to the Patriots. This is going to be an interesting time because they've now, with the loss of AJ Brown, they've acquired wide receiver Dontavian Wicks from Green Bay. I think that's pretty good switch out. And as much as this pains me to say, you got to give it to Nick Sirianni. I mean, he figures it out every year. The Eagles are ready to play. And those Eagles fans are tough. Those Philly fans do not play.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to a game in that stadium.
But I mean, every year they're like, oh, Sirianni. Like, this guy has brought you Super Bowls and rings. And
they're rough like that. And so I think Sirianni takes that with a grain of salt and feeds off of that. That's how he gets better and stronger as a coach. So not everybody could survive being a coach in that city.
Yeah, true and fair. I think we can expect what we've always expected from the Eagles. I think they're going to be prepared. They'll be a winning football team. The question is, how successful will that take them this season? Dallas Cowboys, you know, they got Brian Schottenheimer as their coach. They drafted well. I was actually really impressed with their draft because they drafted defense strong, which is what they've needed.
Right.
And then you see these games, these practices with the other team, and they're just fighting each other. There's a suplex happening.
And you know, like, you want some of that, right? You want them to have that little bit of chip on your shoulder. I'm out there to play real football, not just tiptoe around, right? But it makes me wonder what's going on in that locker room a little bit more when it's consistent, right? Like you usually see it one or two games, a couple here and there, dust ups, but it seems a little bit more pronounced right now.
Who is gonna change the locker room? That's the key to Dallas. Who is going to step up and change that mentality to allow a winning mindset, a united team mindset?
They don't have a leader.
No.
In that locker room. And I mean, Dak Prescott is definitely not the leader that they're looking for.
No.
He's a good quarterback, but he doesn't have the personality to lead.
Right.
So I think that's been one of their biggest problems in the locker room.
Right. And I'm not sure a young coach like Brian Schottenheimer is going to be the answer to that, but we'll see. Von Miller is now on the team, which now brings a whole nother level of drama. So the next thing that I see is there's a off the field situation.
Dating, an event.
Von Miller's former girlfriend, who she's birthed 3 of his kids, is now been reported to have been holding hands in the club with CD Lamb. So I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if Von Miller's cool with that, not cool with that. I don't know. But the last thing Dallas needs is a triangle.
Is a romantic triangle.
Situation happening in there. But honestly, at this point, Dallas wouldn't be Dallas unless there was some of this nonsense happening right now. So I really feel like even though the defense has gotten better on paper, I don't perceive them to be able to execute well on the field until something can change in that locker room.
I agree.
All right, the Giants. This has been our favorite team, and for so many reasons.
It's so much fun to follow the Giants this season. Last season was so much fun. We've got Harbaugh now, who is probably questioning every decision he's ever made about coaching the Giants. It's a frat house in there, Desi. We've with Jackson Dart and Cam Skadoo's back, like it's just a frat house.
And who else is there? I can't do it right. Like.
And Jameis Winston, that's right. It is straight up a frat house. So I'm sure Harbaugh has a lot of sleepless nights trying to figure out what to do with these guys. But they've got bigger problems than just them. Malik Neighbors and his ACL is still an issue. He's coming back, but like you said, that first year back is going to be a little questionable. He is also on the slimmer side, so we'll see what his durability looks like. He's so fast. He's such a good player. He's got a lot of potential in the years ahead, so hopefully they ease him in.
Yeah, I will say kudos to the Giants for going out and getting John Harbaugh. I mean, that is an incredible acquisition right there. I was a little bummed for Buffalo because I feel like if Harbaugh had just held on, he could have stepped in and been in that situation. Although I don't know, they kept somebody from inside. I don't know if that was really ever going to be a thing or possibility.
We'll see if it was the right decision or not soon enough.
This is true. They got Dexter Lawrence from Cincinnati, who's a defensive tackle, and that's going to be great. I mean,
huge
coach,
for them.
Yeah, so huge. Skadaboo is coming back from that awful open fracture ankle dislocation that he had from last year. But we've all seen the video of him doing the backflip and
falling on his butt.
You're like, things I would not like to see from my
His mama must have been calling him up after this, like, you get yourself back into your room. And
oh my goodness.
I would be so mad with my son.
Also defensively, they drafted number 5 linebacker Reese, Arvell Reese, who I think is going to be awesome for them. So you've got your tackle, you've got, they've pulled in somebody for the line, they pulled in somebody in the linebacker level. They've got on the offensive side of the ball, they drafted Francis Mabacoa. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He was number 10. So they have definitely, Harbaugh has gone in, set that draft board. They drafted well. They're building on what they already had coming in. And I think the Giants are going to be on the map this year.
I think if they can stay healthy, I agree. They've got Isaiah Likely as well. I mean, they've got such a great, they have all the pieces. They have all the pieces to be great. So let's see what Harbaugh can do with that mess.
Yes. Speaking of mess, we'll move along to the Commanders. Jaden Daniels has not been able to have a healthy season last season, and he's coming back from that. There is some fear to see. I feel like the Commanders is sitting at a spot that should be here, but the big question mark is going to be Jaden Daniels and how healthy he can stay this season.
He has had a lot of injuries over the years. Last season was really rough. And even prior to that, he battled through a lot of things. So if we can get him healthy, he can stay healthy, get some good protection from him. And we would say this about Josh Allen too at times, protect Jaden Daniels from himself.
Yeah.
If we can protect him from himself, I think he'll have a good season. He's got those glimmers of greatness. So I hope he stays healthy enough to see what that looks like.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him when he played the Bucs here in postseason, not this past season, the season before, and just watching him live. I mean, it was just really impressive what he can do when he's healthy. He's had some off-season issues with LSU and his number and, all of that stuff. I don't think that's going to be an issue for him coming in. I think he's going to be able to compartmentalize that, and that's going to be a whole separate thing. But y'all out there making these memes.
So good. Don't stop.
So good.
Please do more. Please do more. There is a major injury, though, that is going to impact kind of his safety as well.
And what we were just saying, if he can stay healthy, but now their left tackle is out.
And he had a torn tricep, which is a little bit different from all the ACLs that we've been hearing up to this time. The problem with the torn tricep is that it's your upper body, right? And linebackers and all
left
tackles end up, you block with your arms, you block with your belly. It's a lot of stability, lots of that. So it's going to take a minute for that to rehab and heal.
A lot of tricep use in that, because as you're pushing, you're literally coming down.
Full extension all the time. The whole purpose of their job is to extend out and push you away.
and that's all triceps. So, and triceps are weaker than your biceps. So then you have a muscle imbalance to start out with. It becomes a mess.
And
So
he's going to be out. He's going to be out the whole season. Big concern. So we've got to see, can the backup be reliable enough to keep Jaden Daniels protected? And that is the biggest question mark. And the hardest thing that is going to be on the head of Dan Quinn to try to see how they're going to handle that.
I agree.
So good luck, Commanders fans. It's a lot riding on that left tackle.
I think we'll see.
They also got an edge rusher too. Oweg came in, $100 million deal, 4 years.
They're spending money.
They're spending some money. They're trying again. This is what the preseason is. I mean, injuries happen. There's a lot of teams that set themselves up, and already they're kind of working with one arm behind their back, and I think that's the Commanders this season. Moving along to our third member who's not here with us today, Laura's lovely Lions in Detroit. Jameer Gibbs got paid.
Yes, but he deserved it. It was time.
Deserved it.
It was time.
So deserved it. And then not long after that was Bijan, right?
Yes.
So this has been the summer where our running backs finally got the respect they deserved. They're getting paid. I love that for the running backs in the NFL because they carry so much of the weight and the load, and their lifespan in the NFL is
tiny compared to some of the other players and positions.
So Jameer got paid, and Montgomery got traded to Houston, but they got an offensive lineman, Drew Shrugs,
and Isaiah Pacheco.
And they got Isaiah Pacheco and Teddy Bridgewater. Let's not forget.
Well, yeah, him too.
So let's just hope no quarterback issues in Detroit. But speaking of injuries, there are.
They're battling. Detroit seems to have some bad luck lately with injuries. They've got a bunch of lingering and smaller injuries. Nothing that sounds like they're out for the season. Fortunately, right now, their center as well is out with a wrist injury,
a small bone fracture. So I mean, they can potentially even play with a cast if they need to. But they're expecting him to miss about 8 to 10 weeks. So we'll see, but 8 to 10 weeks. I wonder if he's having surgery then, because usually they cast him. A lot of times,
right? You think he just cast, so it must be wherever the fracture is. They need to make sure that bone sets in the right place.
Yeah, and if you watched us when we were on the podcast with Fangirl Football, where we're doing the injury reporting, we talked about Pacheco's MCL sprain and how we don't feel like it's going to be something that's going to impact the regular season.
Sounds like he'll be there for the season opener, so it shouldn't, as we said. We're right on track with that. Yep.
Yeah. So Detroit should be, doing well. I think
Laura's going to be happy.
Laura's
going to be a good
happy.
season.
But she's a little stressed already at some of the injuries that were starting to pop up, as we all are. I think it's preseason time. We all have to lock
Every time we see that somebody's limited for practice, we all panic.
Yep, exactly. Green Bay Packers. All right, we finally move on to the Pack. So they moved Rashawn Gary to Dallas, who was a defensive end, and their wide receiver, Dontavion Wicks, which we mentioned earlier, is now on Eagles. And they added a defensive lineman, Javon Hargrave, and backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor. So Taylor will be a backup to Jordan Love, who last season also battled some injuries. He had a concussion, a thumb injury, elbow injury. So hopefully they won't have to move to Tyrod Taylor. Hopefully Jordan Love will have a good season and stay healthy.
Tyrod Taylor knows how to play in the snow, though. He knows the cold. He played for Buffalo, way back when. So, I mean, he's a good, solid backup. I know he's not maybe first pick for some teams. He's not starting, but he's definitely a solid hold it together if they need it.
We can't talk about the Packers without talking about Micah Parsons. He will be back from his ACL injury. So we'll have to see what that looks like when he returns. Him and Javon Hargrave could be a big improvement for their defensive line. Yeah. So congratulations, Matt LaFleur. You're looking optimistic. All right, we're going to move along to the Bears. I don't know where our Bears. We had a Bears lady. We'll grab her hopefully a little later today. But as we know, DJ Moore has moved on to Buffalo. And we got Caleb Williams coming in with a season that he just left from. That was his season last year was incredible. He was really starting to heat up. later in the season, but they're out. Kobe Bryant, the cornerback, is potentially out for the regular season. Right now, he's out 4 to 6 months. Surgery was on August 7th for some kind of interesting hyperextension injury.
Yeah,
Which
we were wondering if it might have been a PCL that, we've said before PCLs don't always require surgery, but he also had some other small fractures and some bone bruising. So there might be something more inside there, maybe a meniscus that they had to go in and clean up. But they're very vague on what injury it was. So we'll see. I wasn't anticipating surgery for him, but
yeah, 4 to 6 months seems like a lot too for just a meniscus injury. So I won't even speculate on what this could be because it's just there's not enough information at all for us to figure this part out.
But we'll keep an eye on it. If we hear anything, we'll update you guys.
Yes, for sure. Minnesota Vikings, JJ McCarthy, what are you going to do with these quarterbacks? Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy? I think Kyler Murray's been
the plan
QB1.
That he's the starter. Let's do it. I don't see a whole lot of great things coming out of Minnesota with that.
And y'all leave Kyler Murray alone and I'm tired of seeing his short memes. Don't do that to him. I'm 5'1". Don't do that to me either. He's still got something.
Right. The Vikings always, I don't know. I want them to be better than I think they're going to be.
Gosh, I just love Coach O'Connell. I love that guy, but I don't know what this is. I mean, if you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, please come on here. A Vikings fan? Any Vikings fans? No. Not a chance. All right, that's right. Okay.
Not this year, exactly.
They did rework the Aaron Jones reworked his contract to stay on board. Another running back that got paid in the offseason. So I don't know. Big question mark for Minnesota. I don't know. I'd love to see Kyler Murray have some sort of redemption. I would like to see that.
I agree. It was hard watching him with the Cardinals.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to move on to the Bucks. I know we got some Bucks fans in here. Yes, what happens when you're in Tampa Bay? Anyone want to come? What do we think? Thumbs up, thumbs down this season? Thumbs up. All right.
So a couple so-sos.
Okay. Anybody want to come chat about the Bucks?
Yep.
No, we just got thumbs ups.
All right. Everybody said they love it.
Wait, Judy's part-time Bucks fan, so come on over. Well, actually, Stacy, do you want to talk about the Bucks?
I mean, I'd rather talk about Packers.
Okay. Oh, did we?
Oh, we already
did
did the Packers.
But we'll come back.
Okay.
We'll come back.
They
All
could
right.
win the AFC South. I mean, who couldn't?
That is a very appropriate response to,
Well, there you go.
to the AFC South.
I mean, that's kind of what we said when we were going over it. All right.
There's a chance for everybody in this division. There's
Yep.
a chance for everybody. How do you feel about Baker Mayfield? Do you feel like they are treating him well with not doing this contract extension? Do you feel like he has a right to be pissed?
They're treating all of us fantasy managers well, not paying Baker. I like that. I'm like,
All right, okay.
I can draft Baker now because you are paying him, and that just makes him mad, and that makes Baker play well.
Play better.
A bigger
So,
chip. I mean, it's
there
not
you go.
now. It's a
Exactly.
boulder. It's not even a chip. It's a boulder.
Yeah. So I like that, but no, I'd rather see Baker get paid.
Yeah, you'd like to see him stick around another few years.
Yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah.
He's got to deliver this year, so that fantasy wise makes it.
He
really
plays better under pressure. That's
if he can stay healthy. There you go.
he pretends to stay
What do you
healthy.
all-
It's
is he
whether he
going to stay
continues to
healthy?
stay healthy.
Or is injuries all behind him?
Yeah.
I don't think his injuries are behind him because I don't think he's smart enough to keep injuries behind him. I think he's too much of a competitor, and I think he's going to play through probably smaller injuries that turn into bigger injuries.
Takes too much on.
Right. Yeah. So as much I do really love watching him, I like him as a person. We watched him as well, and it's like one of those things where he's one who gets in his own way. He's going to play through too many things and cause bigger issues down the road, I think.
I can see that. Definitely.
But to your point, NFC South, right?
Anybody can do it.
Although they did
And you have a quarterback compared to like
the Falcons.
But they didn't win the division last year because Carolina. So Carolina.
Carolina's
So I
probably
can go
one of
over
the
here because
biggest.
I spend half my time in Carolina.
Oh,
and
look
I
at that, you can
spend
do
Okay.
both. All
half my time-
right, well,
now I can
we'll
I'll
move
be
over
a
to Carolina.
Panthers fan.
Yeah.
'Cause I probably live closer to the Panthers stadium than I do the Bucks stadium. you know,
Okay.
Wherever I am.
So when we talk Carolina,
Yeah.
do you think last year was a fluke, or do you think that we're on to something here?
Oh. I'm optimistic. I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to believe in Bryce Young, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And then we get to see Jonathan Brooks. There's a big mystery box that we've been like waiting to unwrap for like 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And we all bought in that this was
The
what we
solution.
wanted 2
Yeah.
years ago. And, we were drafting him high, a couple of years ago. And then there's just a lot of mystery right now in the Panthers.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they can win the AFC
Well,
South.
and again, you think they drafted defense, right? Like they tried to focus a little bit on the defense, and then out goes your edge, Nick Scarton with an ACL.
Yeah.
So again, a little air out of the sails when we lost Nick Bosa last year fairly early in the season for
Mhm.
another ACL. So what does that look like, do you think, defensively? How much is that going to impact you on that side of the ball?
I have no idea. That one I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
Not a lot of defense to begin with. And
Okay, so now you got to sit back in this
All right,
chair.
we'll go back over here.
So now that we've talked
I'm
Carolina,
back in Tampa.
there you go.
It's winter.
Now that we've talked Carolina, how confident are you that the Bucks can win their division?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
I think they
It's-
can. I
okay.
think they're honestly, if I had to pick who was going to win the NFC South, it would be the Saints.
What?
I'll go out on the Saints.
Please share,
that
because
is-
neither of us had anything
was
good to
not
say
our
about the
take.
Saints.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
No,
I-
share.
I-
I want to know what you got.
I feel like they are progressing more, and I like Chuck
Really?
there. I like Olave. I like what they're doing.
Okay.
They had a much better defense than anyone else in the NFC South.
I'll give you
last
that.
year.
I can see that.
And I wish I had the numbers on me. I don't. There was a point in the season, late into the season last year, because I do a lot of daily fantasy, and they were one of the teams that had not given up a top 5 performance to any other team.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it was stunning when you looked at the data. So I like their defense. I think they've improved it. I don't see anything that they degraded their offense
Right.
on. And I can't say that about any other team in the NFC South.
I love that you said that, because I said last year, I'm like, the Saints defense is freaking good.
Yeah.
Right? They are really good.
And they were overlooked.
And we went to Monday Night Football and watched them hand one over to the Bills, right? And I was like, I'm telling you, their defense is good.
Yep.
The year before, we played them in Atlanta,
Mhm.
and they beat us. Their defense has been no.
You
I'm
saw
thinking of Falcons. But the Saints, early on, who did they beat last year? That I was like, there was a team, like you said, in the top whatever.
Early
They
in the
beat
season.
them, and I'm just like, if they can just fix things on the offense, and I mean just change the dial by like 15 points, like not much on a scale of 100, you just change a little bit, I think you can get it going.
Yeah.
So I
think
agree
so
with
too.
you.
They improved at running back. They improved, hopefully, we can get through the injuries on wide receiver there and not just have Olave. So if they can,
Right.
if they can turn things, but we no longer have the mystery of who is their quarterback. We started
Right.
last year with that mystery, and they lost some games trying to figure that out.
Yep.
Now we don't have that going into
If
the
it-
season.
Let's be honest. It was still a mystery for us when we were trying to pull together.
You're not
We're
going
like-
on Chuck, huh? No?
No,
Well-
it was just we're going through all of our teams and all of our information, all of that. And I was like, who is their quarterback? I could not find it. And then I pulled up his name and I was like, I still don't know who he is.
I think collectively we just gave up on the Saints last year,
So we
right? Like
stopped
we
following, we
just
stopped.
collectively was like, they're not even in contention of anything. But I love these second year quarterbacks, because that's where things start to click.
It's so fast on them initially, and that
Yeah.
transition is very
Is
hard.
this only Chuck's?
Second year.
Yeah.
Second
Well,
year.
he's like 28 or something, coming out of like 6 years in college. And that's
Yes.
Purdue.
Yes.
So
Right.
we're seeing that. And I mean, that brings up a whole nother discussion of how these quarterbacks are entering the league and
Correct.
doing better. But one, the players, the nil money in college is keeping them there. And so
Right.
they're more prepared for the NFL when they walk into it, I think. And so now they're performing, and we're trying to sit them on the bench like Carson Beck. And maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Maybe they do deserve just to step into that starting role because they're not coming in at 22. And I think we saw that Jaden Daniels was just like the best example of that
Yeah.
his first year. I mean, he was like 25 when he.
But I feel like that's not. I feel like those are like diamonds, like just they're rare, right? You don't see that
They
a lot,
were.
and because you look at Cam, we were just talking about Cam Ward from Tennessee. He had an okay season, but I wouldn't say that it was Jaden Daniels level, right? I think there's a lot of variables that come into play there, but the NCAA has changed their rules now. So this is going to change back very soon to where there's only 5 years and you have to be basically of eligibility, but it starts with your age. So you have like a year after you turn 18 or like based on your birthday, you kind of have to be in a program before you're 19. And then that's where the clock starts.
Okay.
So you can no longer be a 28-year-old coming out of college going into.
I like that.
So,
You do better.
so that starts this year, but they're grandfathering people who have already been in. So you won't see this for a couple
Another
years
3 or
down
4
the
more
road,
years.
but that's what's coming down
Keep us
the.
on our toes.
Yeah. But I think that's good because it's hard for these high school athletes that are coming in to you can't be 18 competing with some guy who's 25. Like that's just not, that's not reasonable. So I like the decision. It will change everything. And I think we should see things going back because it's like what it's what Las Vegas is doing now, right? Like they have Kirk Cousins there. They drafted Mendoza, but they're letting him take his time. And I think that is the best thing that you could possibly do.
I hate that.
Do you?
I hate Maybe it's the best thing for him. It's not the best thing for me on Sunday. I don't want to watch Kirk Cousins. Put Mendoza out there. Beat him to the Sharks. Come on, do it.
Oh man, yeah.
You are a tough one, man.
I know.
He swims or
He
can move
sings.
on.
But,
Yeah.
all right.
Wow. All right.
Let's do it. Well, I mean, what fun is Kirk Cousins on Sunday?
Oh, I love Kurt. Though we
Well,
just got
Well, you can love him, and you can like watch him on the quarterback show, and you can watch him interact with his kids, and that's all fun and stuff. But on Sunday, I don't want to watch Kirk Cousins.
Wow. All
That's
right.
fair.
Different strokes for different folks, man.
This is why I have a variety of people come on and join us so
Yes,
that it's not just
100%.
one-sided
Exactly.
attitude.
Yeah.
So who are
Interesting.
y'all picking for the NFC South? I keep going to the AFC South. But
Um,
that one's up in the air too, and I'm sure you've already discussed it.
So I
I mean, I think it's going to be the Bucks. I mean,
do. I don't think any of the
they
other
were so
teams,
close last
I
year.
don't think any of the other teams have enough stability at this point to make a run.
do it.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta doesn't have a quarterback. I mean,
Yeah, they don't have.
we have Tua.
I don't like the.
We have Tua. Atlanta signed Tua.
Yeah, and cleared the physical on that.
They went.
And-
Oh, you're left-handed and you can throw with that hand. Yes.
Awesome.
we'll sign
Yes,
you.
because our other quarterback that can't play because he's always
Was
injured,
injured.
is left-handed too. So we don't have to rewrite the book on our offense. We just,
Yeah.
Well, the coach. They went, you did so well in Cleveland. Yes, we would like to give you another shot.
And that bar is never high. To say that you did well in Cleveland, right?
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. They still have Bijan, and we're just gonna hang our head on Bijan.
Yeah, I don't
So-
like. Baker's been through so many offensive coordinators, and I feel like that's a
I
pretty
know.
big issue for him. And that instability is what may take the Bucks down this
I
year.
could see that.
So
I could see
Yeah.
that. Well, hopefully not. They're always a fun team to watch. I never give them. They're always my sleeper team. Like they're always a team who does better than I think they're gonna do, and I don't. That's just a personal. Like I don't
You
know
can't
why.
count them out.
You can't
You
count them
can't
out,
count
but I
'em out.
can't say that like they're going right. So they've
Yeah.
always been that team where I'm like, oh, they're doing really well. That's
Okay.
great. Yeah. But they're never one that like jumps out at me. But in this division, it doesn't take much to stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So,
Right.
well, thanks. You
Thank
covered a lot
you.
of teams here with us.
I
We
know.
appreciate that. All right. Yes. All
We're
right.
almost there, guys.
We're
Hang tight
almost
with us.
there. Yes. So we already covered the Bucks, the Falcons. Yeah, we kind of covered the quarterback situation. So yes, they have Tua. Yes, they have Michael Penix. Bijan's still there. They have a new coach, Kevin Stefanski, who came
From Cleveland.
Cleveland, and formerly Raheem Morris, right? Who's now
Yeah.
49ers defensive
He
coordinator.
is.
So lots of changes for Atlanta. And now you've got Jalen Walker, who was their linebacker edge guy, is out for the season, torn ACL, which is a huge loss. Last year, he had 5.5 sacks, 36 tackles, and 2 forced fumbles as a rookie. And so, again, year 2, they had high hopes for this guy. And now he's not going to have a season.
And like we said a little bit earlier, Atlanta's defense was one that was a very challenging defense to contend against. So losing him is going to, he was a big part of that.
Yeah, 100%.
Got a giveaway.
Ooh, more giveaways.
I had some of this morning because we've given some of those very easy.
So we have a gift card from Fangirl, also as well.
They're playing the best music here, by the way. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's fantastic. Kristen. Woo, woo. The one thing we didn't mention with Carolina was their edge is out. Or no, we did mention that, right?
No, we just talked about Atlanta's.
Okay, because we were talking about changes. Their edge is out. Nick Scourton is out for the season, ACL. I mean,
First day of training camp. Terrible.
first day. And then we talked about the Saints.
One more. All right, what are we gonna do next?
Next, we'll talk about the NFC West here in just a minute.
Okay. So this one is for, they're wooden bingo cards with like these little wooden footballs and they,
Ooh,
what do they
bingo.
say?
It says like coach's challenge, safety, injury timeout, car commercial, personal foul.
Car commercial.
So as you're watching, there's 4 different cards in there and you can like play bingo and make it a little more interactive with whoever's around. All right, let's see who's gonna get this.
Jessica.
Woo!
Oh, you also put a t-shirt with it too.
Yeah, one of the purple t-shirts.
All right, we're going to move on to the NFC West, who I believe is the toughest division in all of football. We're going to start with Seattle. The Seahawks really didn't need to make many changes at all. They're coming off their Super Bowl win in Levi Stadium. I don't really want to talk about that, but we have to. I'm going to be reasonable. Coach Mike McDaniel did a hell of a job last year. He was formerly the defensive coach for the Ravens, and Sam Darnold's coming back. I mean, not a lot of changes. They were just able to expand their roster a little bit more, have a little bit more depth.
Just defend their title. That's what they got.
100%. There's another one.
Gift card.
Yay!
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yay! Thank you. All right, and this is the one that hurt my feelings the most in the offseason. The Rams picked up Myles Garrett right after we got Mike Evans. So I'm living the high of Mike Evans. And
It's going to be a long season. That's a lot of defense to play, a lot of body to be in the way.
Man, I want to not like Sean McVay so bad, but I do really like him. I respect him. I can see why his players play so
He's
tough
smart.
for him.
He's a smart guy.
Smart guy. They got Matt Stafford. I mean, Hall of Famer quarterback there. They now have Ty Simpson, who's backing him from Alabama. He was the 13th overall pick. And that was interesting because when he went in that first round, we were all like, oh, does Matt Stafford know? And, I guess a phone call was already sent. They provided him, they gave him a heads up, which is reasonable. I mean, you got to think about that. We weren't even sure what kind of season he was even going to have last year with his back injury, with his age, all the things. What was the thing that they had?
It was a red light truck. They pulled up a U-Haul truck or something and full of red light and rehab, sauna, I don't know. Whatever it is, I want one.
Yes. So they also acquired Trent McDuffie from Kansas City. So they played under Spags in Kansas City. Spags is Hall of Fame defensive coordinator. Probably, when you play under a guy like that, you are going to be coached up real well.
Their defense is going to be no joke. Good luck, anybody who has to play them.
And we have to play them first game out of the season in Australia. No big deal.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
What about the 49ers? Tell us a little bit more. How are you feeling?
Originally I was kind of like, it's, excited about Mike Evans heading into the season. And I feel like I've taken two right hooks, maybe a right and a left. The first one was Ricky Pearsall, which we were thinking, okay, let's get this kid back. He was struggling a little bit with his PCL last year. This guy has not had a healthy season, hasn't even had a full preseason to really get ready for the season. And here we go again. He ends up with a PCL that needs to have surgery. What we've said, I don't know if you caught our when we were on the podcast with Fangirl Football, I just want to clear the air here. They did everything right. There is not don't be upset at the 49ers
timeline
staff. This is the appropriate timeline. We said earlier when we were talking about PCLs that 9 times out of 10, they're not surgical. There's no surgical indication. They just rehab. You work on just
strengthening the muscles around it, stabilization, and work through it. It's all muscle strength and mobility in order to do that. So very frequently PCLs are not repaired. Bills players, there's a lot of arguments from Buffalo too that PCLs should be repaired. But we have not done PCL surgeries. It's not a very standard surgery. It requires a lot to get to the point where they're willing to do surgery. So they try not to jump the gun on a PCL surgery. It comes later on after you try all the other things.
And so that's exactly what they did. He had the whole off season. He worked hard. I saw the videos. He looked great. We were all excited. We were like, finally, he's going to have a preseason. He's going to be able to do it. This is going to be his year. And then he started into training camp and into next thing you know, his knee is swelling up. And you really don't know that until you start getting into direct football activities.
Right.
And at that point, then yes, you've got to go surgical intervention. Right. I always remind people, remember when Lamar Jackson had his PCL, right? And I thought this guy is definitely going to need surgery just because his build is, he's not super big, broad, muscular guy with a lot of stability. But he played. He finished the season. He did okay, and we never heard about his PCL again. That's typically what happens.
What most players do.
Yes. So,
what most adults would do. So if you tore your PCL, chances are there would never be a surgery in your future for that.
Correct. And so this is the only thing that I worry about is because PCLs are not done a lot. I've, in the couple of years that I've did orthopedics and did orthopedic surgery, we didn't have a single PCL that we ever repaired. ACL. So this is not a very common surgery. So, I'm very hesitant to see what the results are going to look like on the other side of this. Just because this isn't a very common surgery doesn't mean that he can't have an amazing outcome, but it just, we're just going to have to wait and see how it comes along. Also, Ricky, let's not be on crutches and trying to juke and do a video and post that. Maybe we don't do that. That's a little scataboo-ish. Let's not do that. So that happened.
What about Nick Bosa? How are you feeling about him?
Nick Bosa, somehow I'm not super scared about this tendonitis.
I agree.
This man's been through.
There's a lot of talk, though.
A lot of talk. He's been through 3 ACLs. This is not his first rodeo. He knows exactly what to do. He is meticulous. This man he won't even stay out after dark. He has a regimen. He knows how important sleep is, how important nutrition is. He's very particular with how he cares for his body. I have no doubt this man is doing all the right things. He probably didn't even need physical therapist post-op.
Right.
He probably knew what the program was and knew how to get back into it. I trust him. I really do trust him. That said, is it a tendonitis? I mean, the only tendonitis you would have in your knee would be a patellar tendonitis. I don't know. There's probably some inflammation happening. I think that's reasonable. I'm not super scared of it. I mean, he's just getting older, and multiple surgeries is going to wear you down. I don't think he's going to be, you'll probably see a little loss in power or explosion with a guy like that, but he's Nick Bosa, right? So, and I honestly, he needs to play because we have Osa and Bosa, and I can't not say Osa and Bosa. It's too fun. So you got to play, Nick. I don't care if you're in pain or not. There's things we can inject you with. But I'll say the cool thing is Dejon Stribling. Oh man, looks good. So he is a wide receiver that we drafted. It's his freshman. It's his rookie year, season, and he is looking great. And I mean, whether that ball is coming from Brock Purdy or whether it's coming from Mac Jones, fantastic. I mean, he just seems to have sticky hands.
So excited.
He's wearing 15, Jawan Jennings' old number. So, like Technics Chick said, it's like third and Stribling is what we're probably instead of third and Jawan. And so, with the loss of Ricky Pearsall, I feel like this could be that piece that can fill in there.
I love that.
And so, again, you got George Kittle coming back from an Achilles, which we're still like, is he going to be ready for week 1? They say he's ahead of the timeline. Like I've told you before, I don't like to trust anything that's being told.
Right.
So,
wait till you see it.
Yeah, he looks great. He's pushing off. He's got the lateral movements. He looks good. But then what does that look like when you're pushing against resistance? What is that? How does that feel? We'll just, I'm going to be patient with George Kittle and just see how that comes out. But watching a little bit of the preseason, I saw the second game this week, and I got excited, but you get caught up sometimes in the doomsday thought of like, oh no, Nick Bosa, oh no, Ricky Pearsall, oh no, like all these injuries. But as you can see, as we went through all these teams, they all have something. There's edge players out, centers that are out. Like
every team is going to end up in that same boat at some point during the season. It's just a matter of figuring out how you overcome that.
And what we have that other teams don't have is a Kyle Shanahan. So,
which is true. He can do anything.
He can do anything.
He's a little Superman.
That he is, even with his I think they're calling it the Shanna stash. He's got like the Pink Panther thing going. But I think so. He got in a car accident and had like massive injuries, concussion, huge laceration, and I think that's part of the stash is
to help cover.
Yeah. So so we'll see. I think my Niners are always going to be ready to play. We're in a tough division.
Yeah.
The Rams are going to be super hard. The Seattle Seahawks are going to be super hard. And we're going to wrap this thing up by talking about the Cardinals.
The one that you don't have to worry about in this division. I don't have a whole lot to say about the Cardinals. They had a rough season last year. I can't get over still their Dexter uniforms from last season. The blood spatter. Jacoby Brissett is their quarterback. Jeremiah Love is their rookie running back. He's dealing with an ankle injury right now. So we're not sure how serious it is. It seems as though he's practicing and playing through it right now. Only time will tell if there's anything bigger there.
Well, and interestingly, coach is Mike LaFleur, and you've got Jeremiah Love. Okay, don't confuse that with Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. So
it's going to happen this season.
It already has, because when Jeremiah Love had the ankle injury, they were like, Love.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah, it's going to be a season.
So the backup to Brissett is Gardner Minshew, and then they have Carson Beck, who they brought in from Miami, 3rd round pick. So Arizona is still kind of in a building year. They've needed help offensively. Their defense had been strong, but their offense just couldn't get anything going.
I agree.
And so you've got Kendrick Bourne, who we lost from the Niners, who will be playing as a wide receiver for the Cardinals, and Tyler Algier will be on the offensive line. So they have done some things to try to help boost the offensive line, but again, they're going to be in a really tough division.
It's going to be hard for them to win games just based on who they have to play against.
Yeah.
So
that's it. That's how we just went through all of the teams. I think, who do you think is going to be the sleeper team that may be surprising to us this year?
no, I mean, I always say the Bucks because I think they have that piece, but I'm going to go with Carolina. They showed out. They started. They're showing something. I'm excited to see what they've got coming up.
I was going to say Chargers, but
You can say Chargers.
well, I can't now because I think they're an injury situation that I don't love for them. My backup is I think this is an exciting year for Chicago. I think the Bears really have something happening there and great coach. I think their quarterback things are coming along, and I think this could be a big year. But the other team I would say is the Titans.
Yes, I'm excited to see what they can do this season.
I really feel like they've got the right pieces, and I wonder if we'll start to see it the second half of the season. I would love for it
soon
to be,
enough to make a run.
maybe.
Right.
I think so. So that's our big bold predictions for this upcoming season. I hope that you've enjoyed everything. I mean, this has been a great event so far.
And we've got a draft, so
And
we got to
have a
get
draft.
going.
Yes. So feel free to let us know who you think we should draft in our first round of our fantasy football live event here in Tampa with Fangirl Football. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you. Make sure you hang out with us every Wednesday starting September 3rd as we cover all things NFL. And we've got some cool surprises coming up for you in this season, including, should we tell them?
A book?
A book.
Do we have
What?
a book?
There's a book? Tell me more.
I do believe that there might be a cocktail mocktail book coming out this season.
Say it isn't so.
I mean, we've done so much with our drinks over the seasons that I think we've decided that it's time that we start sharing them with everybody.
Yeah.
So put it on your Christmas list. We're working on a fun new book for everybody. Get some football knowledge, get some cocktails, some mocktail ideas, and join us so that we can enter your living room.
Yes, and you guys can have so much more fun organizing your tailgates, organizing your big football events at home, or even if it's just you wanting to make something delicious as you get ready to cheer on your own favorite team. But make sure you hang out with us both live on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time, starting September 3rd, but also have fun with us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and coming soon, TikTok. Beth and I are both on Twitter or X or whatever you want to do, or whatever you want to say there. But enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. And guess what? Football's here. So take care and happy football.
Go Bills.